7:34 in the house, and it's 7:32, and that is shrill, so someone in the audience stop doing it. Coming up in today's show, Billy's back, everyone! Going to be answering your questions. His very own killer question, indeed. Broadcaster and self-confessed loose woman, Kay Adams is here. Lovely lady. She's going to be setting the tongues a-wagging, and, of course, the audience are here. Right, including this dude at the back in the yellow top who's never seen Big Brother before. Why did he come down? He must be so freaked out now. So the people, when they live in a house, yeah, for about 8 years. As always, you get to have your say in today's Little Brother's Big Shout. Here's how to get in touch. Nail it, Leon. 0871 200 1040. Text studio and your comment to 83188 or email us via the Channel 4 website, channel4.com/BBLB. Tonight's topic is, more and more people are talking about it in the house. I think you guys probably will be later on. What is Laura's game plan? Interesting. Laura has a game plan? What do we think, yeah? People are kind of like, get the old text and emails coming in, but before any of that, we're not going to kick things off as we normally do with Little Brother's big news. No, sirree, we've got something far more pressing to deal with than that, as yesterday afternoon saw the latest weekly shopping task get underway. This time the task is based around the weather. No, it's not. The 7 deadly sins, and boy, have our housemates got them covered. Here to separate the sinners from the winners is a man who knows them best. Ladies and gentlemen, it's our Billy. How are you, Billy? It's good to see you. So, first up at 11:38 a.m. yesterday, the task started when Big Brother asked the most insightful housemate to come to the diary room. Here's what happened.
I'm the most insightful. I'm the most insightful. I've been waiting to get there for ages. Me, I've been waiting for ages. You two don't know nothing. I know stuff about popular culture and youth culture and everything.
In front of you are 7 sin bins, each representing one of the 7 deadly sins. Using the faces of your fellow housemates in front of you, you must decide which housemate is most guilty of each sin.
Earlier today, Carol decided that Laura was the housemate most guilty of sloth.
Yes! So true.
Carol decided that Tracy was the housemate most guilty of greed. Carol decided that Ziggy was the housemate most guilty of gluttony.
Yes.
You're the boy for that. Okay.
Carol decided that Liam was the housemate most guilty of lust. Carol decided that Amanda was the housemate most guilty of pride.
Oh.
Carol decided that Nikki was the housemate most guilty of envy. Oh. Carol decided that Charlie was the housemate most guilty of wrath. Oh. In terms of insightfulness, I think it was fairly insightful.
So there we go. Firstly, I mean, you know what these guys are like. Is Carol the most insightful housemate?
No, definitely not, no. I would probably say it's Jonathan. He hasn't come out yet, I mean, but the most insightful housemate was probably myself. But if you're looking for someone to replace me, I think Laura and Jonathan are both sitting back watching, and I think they would have probably been better at it.
What about Brian? You said about Brian when that VT was on. Is Brian insightful? You think Brian's playing a little bit of a game?
I think Brian has got a slight game on. He's playing a little bit stupid. He's more insightful and intelligent than he's making out at the moment, but maybe he'll slip up at some
What do you
point.
think, gang? No. That girl on the front don't fancy you no more. Woo! OK. Here's the situation. You can see the choices that Carol made at the front of the table. We're going to go through them, see if you agree. First up, Wrath. The housemate who is the most angry, has the most arguments and shouts the most. Weirdly, Carol picked Charlie. I mean, go figure. I could list the reasons, but we only have half an hour on the show. So it's obviously very difficult. I assume you probably agree with that.
Oh, I definitely agree with that, yeah. Charlie's got wrath all over. I mean, that's the word that I'd use to describe it.
OK.
Definitely.
The lid is off the pot. Put her in, baby. Do it. The Lord didn't want that to happen. OK, next up, gluttony. We've got Laura, OK, the housemate who eats the most and thinks about food the most. You're thinking, Laura, she went with Ziggy, reasons he constantly thinks of food and trawls through the cupboards. He was locked in a room full of his favourite food, had to resist temptation, which he did, and he passed. This is a surprise to us. Why have you gone with Laura?
Right, simple reason is when we were asked to give up all our food when we failed the food task, there was somebody in the house that had food under their bed, stashed away, and that was Laura. And when someone's hiding food underneath their bed, they have to get this one for me.
Nail it, stick it in there. Next up, Sloth, the housemate who sleeps the most, makes the least contribution in tasks, spends the most time lounging around the house. Carol went with Laura. Reasons, I think, largely because they don't like each other.
Yeah.
She'll have to cover 6 miles tomorrow as part of the task.
It's not going to happen.
Do you not think?
No.
But who would you go with? You wouldn't go with Laura?
For Sloth, I've gone for Tracy.
Why?
Tracy gets up in the morning, has a few cigarettes, and then kind of goes back to bed, gets up, smokes, says have it.
She's actually quite sloth-like.
She's very sloth, yeah.
Just going to whisk through these. Lust, the housemate who touches other housemates the most, thinks lustful thoughts, etc. Carol said it could have been Jerry, Liam or Brian, but she went with Liam. Who would you have gone with?
I've gone with Liam as well. He's waiting for girls to come in and he's just entertaining himself with the ones that are there. He's very lustful, so...
Really? I don't see that. It's incredible. I've missed out Greed. I do apologise. On Greed, the housemate who is the most selfish and puts her own needs before those of the fellow housemates. She went with Tracy. No surprises who you're going with.
I'm going to go with Ziggy.
Why Ziggy?
I
don't like him, but is he that greedy?
Yeah, he's greedy. He's greedy for money. He's greedy for what comes afterwards. He's even using Chanel. So, I mean,
Bitch. Absolute bitch.
It's got to be... He'll get what's coming to him, so...
Envy, the housemate who desires the possessions and qualities of the fellow housemates. She went with Nikki. She said she desires to be like others, especially Charlie and Carol. Nikki's going to have to learn to love herself and have a bit of Nikki time as part of that task.
Anyone with no personality, which is Nikki, would envy anyone that has got one. So, I'm going to... I mean, she's a...
Man, I can't wait for you to come back on finale night.
I'm going to put the 5-foot gerbil in her place.
Ooh. And finally, Pride. The housemate takes himself the most seriously, the most vain, looks in the mirror more than any other housemate. Do you think that would have been you had you been in?
No, I can't beat Charlie, but I've put Charlie over there, so this would probably be mine, yeah, Pride. But
if you had to pick another housemate, who would it be? She's gone with Amanda. She said she makes up constantly, always looking at herself in the mirror. And Amanda will have to wear a hot dog suit and not look in the mirror for the duration of the task.
Yeah, I give credit to the twins. I give credit to the twins for the swimming task because they were in and out, did a lot of lengths and stuff like that. But they get up every morning and go straight to the mirror. Makeup's on from wake up to sleep. So I've picked Amanda over Sam because she looks slightly better.
Which is kind of like an oxymoron there, but it doesn't matter. Now, yesterday, Amanda, Charlie and Ziggy received their challenges. Let's see how they've gotten so far.
Amanda, you are now free to leave the diary room.
Okay, we can go. Go. Big brother, stop. You can't beat my song, listen. 1, 2, 3, hit it. I am the hot dog in the bun. Sprinkle me with red sauce and fried onions too. And that will be a tasty treat for me and all of you.
That is genius!
Again. Try putting your finger up the pig's nose. Just for my benefit, that's all.
Kiss it. My brother's friend.
Have you ever read Lord of the Flies?
Yeah, Piggy.
Go on, just one little dip with your finger.
It looks quite a nice big hole, too.
Go on.
Is everybody outside? No one is. Bye. No, I know what to do. Take me to Sam. 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 Sam.
Sam is so cruel. That's brilliant. Do you think they'll pass?
I think Charlie's going to fail this task for them. I think one of the rules is she can't shout and she can't swear. It can't happen. She'll fail the task for the house.
OK, they've been it's a 3-day task. They've got 1 more day to go. Thank you very much, Billy. More from Billy in just a second. Now it's time for Little Brother's Big News. Do the news!
This is the news.
Up top. Ooh. Bruno Martelli's in the house. At 12:21 a.m. today, Jerry and Laura had a heated argument over whether or not he had woken the housemates up in the middle of the night. And once again, it's Teddy Freddy who's at the centre of all things. Let's take a look.
Laura, you have to start listening to people. In the past, there
Not
have
on
been
about
people...
I am not on about the past.
Why? It's me
I don't hear that. Yeah, because you were the one that was acting like a dog and throwing teddies around the room.
I did not throw a teddy, I just put Freddie to bed.
No, you chucked him on the bed. That's what we'll call it. Freddie flying through the air and chucked on the bed.
Look, Laura, I'm a very, very calm person, patient person.
I don't think you are.
I'm very, very calm and patient.
Okay.
Don't be unfair to me.
I'm not.
I
You kept me
apologize.
up, so I was
I
here when I was talking
apologize
to
for
him.
keeping you up.
But why are you keeping on about it then? Shut up.
You're
don't
the
go.
one keeps on about it.
Go and take
okay?
down the storeroom for God's
Because
sake.
you're very, very unfair with me right
yeah,
now.
oh, yeah,
I
yes,
did
yeah.
it. I apologized
I'm the
about
one,
it.
yeah.
Move on.
Okay. Well, I'm not speaking about it. Go on then, go.
I'm picking up party decorations.
Oh, yeah. Where are they to then?
Great outro. I'm putting up party decorations. No doubt we'll be getting Freddie's take on that story very, very soon indeed. At 12:49 this afternoon, the hot dog costume that Amanda has to wear for the duration of the task essentially became an executive stress toy for the fellow housemates. Let's take a look.
Hello?
Who is that? Liv?
Yeah. Yeah, she's on the floor.
Throw an orange at him, man.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Right, it's open again. There was a midgie had got in. Somebody must have left one of the doors or windows open.
Watch out, man! Run! Oh my God!
Does anyone else find an enormous big hot dog between Ziggy's loins quite uncomfortable? I can tell you she was wrestled to the ground 9 times, had her feet tickled, was hit by a fold-away chair and jumped on by a great height by Ziggy. And at 2:32 today, Tracy was called to the diary room for her part in the 7 deadly sins task. As her guilty sin was greed, especially when it came to tobacco, the ever-fiendish Big Brother gave us some very, very tough decisions. Take a look at this. It's brilliant.
Tracy, Big Brother has an offer for you. Would you like 1 extra nomination?
No, thank you.
Tracy, how about 2 extra nominations?
No, thank you.
Big Brother's final offer
Okay.
is £1,000 cash.
£1,000.
2 extra nominations
All right.
and an unlimited supply of tobacco for the entire duration of your stay in the Big Brother house.
That's a fat offer. Proper fat. You've done well there. You've really done well on it, but nah. It's not happening, guys. It's just not happening.
£1,000 buys an awful lot of glow sticks as well. That was Little Brother's Big News. Now it's the killer question time, and B-Team Spiral has been monkeying around in Belfast Zoo to see, I'm assuming, what the animals want to ask our Billy. Let's take a look.
Hey Dermot, today I'm at Belfast Zoo to find out what killer questions the animal lovers want to ask Billy, the evicted housemate. Let's go and find out. Billy was evicted. Do you have a killer question for him?
Yes. Does he have a system in packing his food into shopping bags at the supermarket?
Do you have a killer question for him?
Yeah, Billy, are you Cyclops from the X-Men or something?
Excuse me, can I ask you a quick question? Is there a question you'd like to ask Billy? So do you have a quick question for Billy? Seriously? Do you have a killer question for him?
What animal would you be and why?
Why is he such a big girl's blouse? That's it, really.
So Billy got evicted. Do you have a killer question for Billy?
Why does he dress like a girl? That's all I have to say.
Man, I love giraffes. So, there's a killer question. Why do you dress like a girl?
Sorry. I have long hair, I know, but I have to say I don't dress like a girl.
Okay, yeah. Showed you, 5-year-old child. Back at ya. Why do you dress like a 5-year-old? After the break, Kay Adams is going to be loosened up and letting rip, and you tell us if Laura has a game plan. We'll see you in 4. Hey, nominations just finished. How long do nominations go on for? Over 4 hours. They all look absolutely knackered in there. Welcome back to Big Brother's Little Brother. I hope very well. It's day 34 at 7:51. Little Brother's Big Shout coming very shortly. First up, our next guest, a loose-lipped lady who can often be seen in heated discussion putting the world story on national television. She should be in the house. It's only Kay Adams, everyone! How are you?
I'm very well.
Nice to have you with us.
And you smell lovely, Dermot.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, he's very nice.
I should mention the fragrance, but I shan't. The current crop of housemates, what do you think?
Well, you know what? They're just miserable. That's what depresses me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, if that doesn't sound wrong. But, you know, they're young and gorgeous, most of them, but they're just so down. I just think they should lighten up a little bit.
Why? Why is that, do you think?
Well, I don't know. I thought being young was supposed to be fun. I mean, it's a long time ago for me. But, I mean, they just seem to be so self-obsessed and so kind of into the minutiae of it all.
Well,
just lighten up.
Loose Women's all about women with an opinion. Do any of them? Did you see any of them on the panel?
Not at the moment. You know, not at the moment, I have to say. I mean, Charlie has obviously got lots of opinions, but, I mean, frankly, you just want to switch it off, don't you? Sam and Amanda I would invite on because, you know, they'd brighten up my day.
Well, what would they say on
They
Loose
wouldn't
Women?
say anything. You know, I'm not saying that they would say anything, but they could twitter around in the background and just, you know, just bring light and loveliness.
They are just
you know,
lovely, aren't they?
you know.
OK, what about Carol? Do you like Carol?
I like Carol. I think she's a game old bird. There's a bit of ageism going on there, and they're a bit uncomfortable with Carol. But actually, she's kind of the jolliest of the lot for me. I mean, she kind of... Well, she's trying to do a threesome with Chanel and Ziggy. That's quite fun, isn't it? I think that's quite a positive thing to be doing.
11 nominations so far, least popular housemate. Do you think she'll be up again this week? And when you said that, the whole ageism thing, why is that, do you think? Because they always go on about, we need a mother figure, we need a father figure. And when those people present themselves, all that happens is they get shouted down.
I don't think it's conscious, but I think what happens in the house is people gravitate towards people that they relate to and that they feel similar to because that kind of validates themselves, doesn't it? Whereas she is clearly different because of her age and, you know, various other things about her. So they just don't know where they are with her. I don't think it's that they dislike her or that they're being consciously ageist, but she just doesn't fit their crowd. I mean, Charlie, who is arguably much more obnoxious, somehow fits in better, which is weird.
What about Laura? Because, you know, she's sort of... We're talking about Laura a bit later on today. She's kind of... She's a bit of a miso lately. She's a bit miserable.
Well, I don't know what's up with Wangers, because she's really not on her game,
and
is
yet
she?
the first week, she was just like... She was like that.
I know,
and now she's
cheery,
so
I loved her the first week. But, you know, I think it is that thing. She can't find her place because Carol's kind of taken over the motherly, nurturing kind of role. And to be honest, she's not going to compete with the sexy girls, is she? So she doesn't know where to sort of put herself.
We have, however, noticed a potential romance blossoming.
Oh, really?
Take a look at this.
Right. I'll see how long I can pack.
Tickle, tickle,
Laura, you take me breath, you're that beautiful. Can I have some squash?
No. It's getting a bit cosy. A little bit further and then right on my boob as a pillow.
It's bigger than these pillows.
I love my boobs to shake.
Now, you think that's for real?
Yeah, and that doesn't surprise me at all because he's comfortable with her. She's a nice girl, she's got a personality. You know, they go out together, sitting in a Friday night, have a curry and have a farting competition. They get on fantastically well. Whereas, like, he knocked Charlie back last night, didn't he? Because she's just too much. You know, and I thought it was really nice, actually, that he kind of knocked her back.
OK, now, Chanel has her suspicions about Laura's behaviour. Just brief take of this.
I think Laura might have a game plan. She seems to be being very mean to Carol, and I think it's a bit strange how she suddenly started to like Liam after he won a lot of money. Hope that she is genuine though, because I really like the Welsh accent, and if it turned out she was being really mean all along, that'd put me off it, and that'd be mean.
OK, two very brief questions. Billy's just joined us. Do you think Laura has a game plan?
No, I don't think so. I think she's just floundering about. She's just trying to find her place. I don't think there's anything really strategic in there.
Nominations have just finished. Who do you think's up?
I would say Carol and possibly Laura.
OK, brilliant. Thank you very much. Little brother's big shout today is quite simply, what is Laura's game plan? Amy in East Sussex, I think, is on the webcam. Hello, my dear.
Hello.
What is Laura's game plan?
Well, I think that she's been hiding in the background a bit, and now she's starting to come out and get upset with people. So she's coming out of her shell a bit and upsetting a lot of people that are in the house.
Do you think she has a game plan, or that's just her?
Well, I think that there's so many different characters in the house that she couldn't like fit into just being one, like the motherly figure, as Kay was saying. And now she's trying to compete with those people.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot, Amy. Billy, what are your thoughts on Laura? Does she have a game plan?
I like Laura a lot, but we had a game plan.
Really? Did she say stuff to you?
Yeah, we were intending to pretty much nominate the same people. We don't like the same people. We both took the Shawnee thing very personally. And if you get rid of her, the whole of Wang Attack's gone.
The whole of Wang Attack has indeed gone. We never thought about it like that. That's all from us here on BBUK tonight. Thanks to all our guests. We'll have that same time, same place tomorrow with Trey from The Apprentice. And don't forget to tune in Channel 4, 10 o'clock tonight for the latest slice of Big Brother action. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.